Big John, Big John.
Well, good Thursday morning, everybody. Happy Halloween. In the truck, we are going to, it's 5:30. Fed the cats, walk the dogs. Now it's time to get the light show all lit up. We're heading to Toledo. Hopefully there's not a line. I'm afraid there will be. Yesterday's video, we finished my cornfield across the road, my 32 acres here. A few struggles along the way, but we got it. And this is the last load. Kirk's got a load in his truck too. So 5 full loads off of it. Ended up averaging on the combine monitor, it says it averaged 100 or 201 bushel. That says when he got down here in this earlier planted stuff on the south side of the field, it was running between 200 and 250. It was planted 6 days earlier. Yeah, 6 days earlier. It was a different variety too, though. I've got the 2 varieties in another spot too, so we'll check them. But anywho, yeah. So we're gonna see if we can beat the crowd up there. I probably should have been up there by now, but I chose to sleep. Went to bed early. Now I'm up early. Be a long day, but we're gonna move to Dad's. Hopefully we can get the oil well field done. And that's only 11 acres, and maybe that 14 acres west of the barn. That'd be good. So yeah, we'll see you up there. Unless something interesting happens. There's something pretty cool I never noticed. I hope it comes out on the camera. But the bridge, the lights on the bridge over there, they're changing colors. Red, white, blue, green. Hopefully it comes out. Kind of tracking back and forth. Anyway, we made it up here. It is 6:15. There's a few trucks up here. Not like I thought it might be. Alright, I know probably can't see, but the boat's still here. But she's sitting pretty low in the water now, so maybe she might be loaded. She's a little light on the front end. Front end's out of the water a little more coming across the big bridge. Up here I was looking down and she might be loaded though. That's a good thing. Because when they're loading corn into a ship, they unload slower because the legs tied up, the big legs tied up filling the corn boat. So if they're not loading the boat, then you go through here pretty quick. Alright, well, 20 after 6. Oh, I'm sorry. Good morning, everybody. Alright. Okay, 7:30. We're through the probe. Got our ticket. Dried down. She's 14.9 on the moisture, which is no dock. That's good. So yeah, like I said, 7:30. We're next in line to dump here. Big old Michigan double over that side. This guy's just opening his traps now. So we'll see. Alright, got a combine over here. Took a few passes off the headlands here, down and back over here. So unloaded it into the truck. Dad's gonna take me over. We're gonna go get the grain cart. So we'll be back. Okay, got the tarp rolled open while I was kind of behind the barn there out of the wind. Got The auger folded down. I leave the auger up in case it's going to rain. That way, don't get down in that lower tube. And Dad brought me over here, dropped me off, so he's going back, jumping the combine. I got the field kind of opened up on the north end, so by the time I get over there, hopefully he's running, and I'll start chasing him and filling the truck. Talk to Kirk, he's on his way up to dump his truck, and he's going to bring it over. Wish I had one more truck and one more driver. One more truck and two more drivers. I want somebody to drive my truck, and another truck and driver. I think we can keep up non-stop. Just more reason to get the old Kenworth fixed up and going. Someday. Time and money, that's all it takes. Alright. Finishing up these headlands. Sorry about the wind noise. The wind is really ripping. So, out here looking around. We got a few kernels, not many. I had him open the sieve up just a little, or open the concaves up just a little bit. We're getting a little bit of cracking. There's nothing on the cobs. Most of the cobs are whole. So we adjusted them stripper plates in yesterday. We're still getting a little bit in the row, but it's not bad. The butt shelling really went down. It was bad when we started at my house. So the stalks are thin this year. And this was planted kind of heavy too, kind of thick. I think it's planted about 35,000. So the stalks aren't real big because it was dry. So, and the ears aren't real big, so they were butt shelling when they get ripped down. So we took time, moved those stripper plates in on the right side. That's got the hydraulic deck plates. So the left side moves. But we had to tighten it up some. So anyway, he took off down to the other end of the field. He's going to go down there and open that end up, so I'm going to go down there so he can unload. Because hopefully, when he takes the whole end off, he don't have room in the hopper to make it all the way back up here. Hopefully. Anyway. Oh, they keep pushing the rain back. They're saying not till 5, 6 o'clock tonight now. That's southwest. Due south. So they're pouring concrete over at my nephew's house, so hopefully that's not a bad omen. Anyway, we'll see you at the other end of the field. All right, I had him open the concaves up a little bit more. Cobs are coming out, some broken, a few broken, no corn on any of them. So had him bump it open another couple points. We're looking at the cobs right now. Still, let's see, the chopper might be breaking some of them, but I still don't see any corn on any of them. I mean, you're gonna have this right here. That's right on the end where the cob is real small. I might have him bump it open a little bit more. Getting a little bit of dust when we dump, so I don't want to be grinding corn up. walking back and forth with him up and down the field the last 2 rounds, 4 passes, and we had the concave set at 27. I've got them opened all the way up to 42 now, and we're still not leaving any kernels on the cobs. So we were running her way too tight. We're not getting any dust out of her now. I think I'm gonna have to slow the fan speed down a little bit because we're still getting a little bit out the back. Him full, well, not full. He's full. He's got a good load on it. He's got to climb up out of there. I'm gonna sit here and make sure he can get up out of there. I blew the rear ends up in my truck one time doing that, spinning when I hit the road. Well, he's good. Yep, he's good. Alrighty, still got a little bit in here. So we're just about done with this field. We got all them little point rows back there in the back, and then this little short stuff up here. So then we'll move over to that corn on the other side of the house. There's 14 acres there. There's 11 acres here, 14 acres over there. Boy, it's miserable. I can feel the tractor and the grain cart rocking. It is windy. Yep, rabbit. Seen a few rabbits coming out of here. One deer, small doe. But yeah, this wind is really ripping. You can see that coon trail. See the dirt stripe? Goes down, goes up, goes over the other side. There's a hole in the floorboard over there. I'm gonna have to have Dad set a trap over there. Bring him a box trap set up there. Take care of that little rascal. Of course, he already was over here and ate all this corn. Time to get rid of him. Look at the wind. Just crazy. Big old whirlwind just come through here. Rocking the tractor like crazy. Done with this 11 acres, well, 14 acres, heading over to that 14 acres. You people that live out in Kansas, is there anybody from Kansas, Nebraska and stuff watching this? I don't know how you guys live with wind like this all the time. All right, he's going to that field. I'm going to take the grain cart across the road, and I'm going to get the semi, back up, pull in his driveway, go out by the garage, turn around and park out there. All right, got the truck parked in there. I can get beside it with the tractor. Only problem is that wire you got to watch out for. You can't fold the auger up until you get in there, and then you go out and make a loop. You got to unfold it. Fold it back down before you come back out. Well, they're pouring concrete in the garage over there, and they're also pouring the front stoop where that plywood is. Some people put a maple leaf in their concrete for good luck. There'll probably be a corn leaf in it before the end of the day. Sorry, Nathan. There's already sand and stuff, and that's not from us. That's just what's blowing. You can see it blowing from the big sand knobs and stuff. Anyway, Dad's at the other end. I'm gonna go catch up with him. All right, well, there was more in the tractor than I thought there was more in the grain cart than I thought there was. So I've got, she ain't chuck full. It's not 1,500, but I'll bet there's 1,300 bushel on it easy. Anyway, parked it out here. Dad's gonna take off. He's gonna dump into that. I don't know when Kirk will be back. This wind is ridiculous. Blowing the corn out of the auger off the side of the grain cart. Anyway, I'm gonna get in the truck, find some spot out of the wind to roll my tarp. All right, they're still loading this ship. Just got done, I think. He's just pulling the loader out, the white thing there coming out. I seen a big pile of corn in there when I was coming down the, they're in there raking it out, leveling it off. The other hatch is closed. So yeah, I'm thinking they're done. That'd be a good thing. Of course, there's only, oh, there's 2 trucks in front of me here at the probe. So, yeah. And then there's 4 trucks up in front of that. So yeah, we'll be through here pretty quick. All right, it has been a whirlwind. Speaking of the whirlwind, the wind was blowing so much corn fodder, swirling it out of the back of the machine and going up onto the screen for the radiator. There's a wand that rotates around there, and it's got a tube that goes down to a hydraulic driven fan that sucks all the stuff off of that radiator screen. And to keep it clean. Well, there was so much fodder, which for dust it works great. For little small stuff it works great, but we're getting leaves blowing up there and actual pieces of stalk blowing up there too. And it was plugging it up, it was stopping it. Well, when the screen gets plugged with fodder, no air goes through it. So then the temperature alarm was going off. So Dad was having to shut it down, stop. So we got done with the field at his house, west of the barn there. And got up in there and here that tube was plugged. It had had some corn stalks down in it and some leaves, where the wand that rotates, where that connects to the down tube that goes to the fan that actually does the sucking, that was plugged. So I got up in there, popped the clip out, pulled that all apart, cleaned it all out. But when you open it, the rubber seal at the bottom, when you open the door, the tube that comes down has a seal that goes into a bowl, like where the fan is. But that whole door opens out. Well, that seal falls off every time you do it. So I was actually talking to the dealer because I need a fan, I need a belt for that. I think if we put a new belt on it, it'll spin better. And then the wipers on the inside, there's a paddle on the inside that follows the wand to break the suction from the engine fan. So, oh, my nose itches. I got a bunch of dust there dumping that load. So, the seal falls off every time. So I was on the phone with the guy and it was split. So I thought it was broke. So I was on the phone with Jason down at Redline Equipment in Bowling Green, and he was looking parts up for me. The belt will be there tomorrow. The flap, the seal for the inside paddle will be there tomorrow. And he said he can get me the seal, but it comes in a straight piece. You got to bend it around and put it on there. It's like, well, wait a minute. It comes split. It doesn't come pre-formed. He says, no. I said, all right, well, don't give me that one then. Just let me mess around with this one then. So I started digging around at it, and the prior owner had put silicone in there. Silicone in there to try to get it stick. Well, the problem with putting silicone in, it's like a weather stripping around a door, automotive door, or like the back of a camper, the garage door on the back of a camper. Slide out. It's got the metal inside of it that clips, that squeezes it. Come on, baby, let's go. This is a pain to get up here when it's really busy. I've been pretty lucky so far. Everybody's been giving me space. But anyway, that was all opened up from all that silicone in there. So I dug all that silicone out of there. There was some real sticky stuff in there too, almost like a gasket adhesive or something that was in there underneath the silicone. So I dug all that out of there, and then took a pair of pliers and pinched it back shut. It's got metal, almost like an alligator clips in there around it, and they'll get loosened up. So I pinched them all shut. Pinched it shut a little bit too far. Had to get a screwdriver out, stick it in there, and just wedge it open just a little bit, and then I was able to pound it on. It took quite a bit. I had to smack it from both ends because it's just plastic. So I had to. My right hand was smacking the seal at the same time my left hand was smacking the back of it. So because it's kind of loose in there, it's just one bolt holding it on. So you couldn't just pound on it. You had to back it up. So I got it back on there and it's good, but I still ordered another one. I got one coming anyway, just to have. But it seems like it's going to hold now. It won't fall off when you open the door because I got all that silicone out of there and it's slid on to where it's actually gripping it pretty good. So, yeah. So then we moved down to Marks, filled the combine up with fuel. Dad said, you take the combine down, I'll follow you down with the pickup truck and bring you back, get the grain cart, and then I'll bring you back again to get the semi. Well, as I was heading down there, Kirk showed up with his truck. He come back from taking a load up for us. And so I started opening up the headlands by my brother's house. And Kirk jumped in the truck with Dad, and they made 2 trips down. Kirk drove the tractor and the grain cart down, and then drove the semi down. Dad picked him up, took him back, and he drove the semi down there. I needed 2 or 3, 2 good dumps in the my truck. In this truck would have filled it up or given me a decent load. So I just kept shelling. I think Dad went home and maybe grabbed a bite to eat or something because he went back to the house for a little bit, which was fine. So I shelled a bunch more off and got my truck full, and Dad was there. So he jumped back in the combine. Kirk was going to jump in the grain cart, Bertha in the grain cart, and chase him so that he could get loaded. He's not going to make it up here because it's 20 till 7 now. So he'll at least get loaded. I hit rain halfway between Bowling Green and Toledo, but that was going to the northeast. So that shower went north of home. But there's more building, you can see it. It's building way to the south. Yeah, that's south, west. So it's a coming. So I'm not going to complain about rain because I'd like to get a ½ inch of rain on that wheat. Sorry about that. I'd like to get a ½ inch of rain on the wheat planted. That would be ideal. So yeah, and I got a few things I got to fix here and there. Just maintenance stuff. get a bunch of rain. It's only 800 bushel, so I'll just leave that. Now, if I had a big enough building that I can fill the grain cart full and fill the combine full, then that's another truckload. That's 1,100 bushel. But I don't have a big enough building to put the combine in with the hopper topper up, with the flaps up, and you have to fold it down to get it in my barn. So anyway, so yeah, so there's a rundown. So then I jumped in the truck and I hightailed it up here. We got her dumped and I'm heading back home. See you there. Okay, I made her back to my brother's. Dad's back there on the combine. Kirk's over there with the grain cart he just pulled up. So, yeah, we're gonna go. It's sprinkling right down the road, but we're gonna keep running. Try and get as much as we can. Get his truck filled and get mine filled. All right, lights are pulling out. Kirk's pulling out. He's gonna take that truck home, and then he's gonna come back, jump back in the grain cart, and I am going to take over for Dad and shell a load off, fill my truck up, and probably call it quits. So yeah, his 3/4 full light just come on, the blinking light, so hopefully he can make it to the other end of the field without putting more corn on the cab. Or putting corn on the cab. Anyway, we'll see what happens. It was sprinkling a mile down the road. Sprinkle ain't gonna hurt nothing. Well, we didn't get her full. Dad's calling her quits. I'd like to went for a couple more rounds. I don't know, we'll see. He said it was sticking on the snouts and stuff, so he didn't want to try and push it, so I understand. He's been in there long enough today. So, truck's tarped, combine's folded down, everything's good. The alternator light, or the battery symbol's on in the combine, so have to check that out tomorrow in the daylight. Running all the lights and everything. Them batteries are weak, so that's probably all that's wrong. Anyway, I think we're gonna call it a night. I'm gonna take the truck home. Yeah, it's picking back up again. All right, we'll see you at the house.